Hey guys, it's Petunia Gal, and we are back over in Planet Zoo, and I wanted to get started with doing a bit more decorating around the wolf habitat and the tortoise habitat. I wanted to start with some donation boxes and some education boards. So I went ahead and put these donation boxes out, and I probably should have gone and recolored them, but maybe we'll do that. But I wanted to I usually just do the basic billboard, or what is it? A habitat board with the stand, but I kind of wanted to try something different and make my own little stand for it. So I tried to go around figuring out what I wanted to do, and I couldn't. All the walls obviously are too big. So I went ahead and went with some mud, this mud wall. I think it's half wall. And I thought, well, we'll see if this works, just to have a place for it. And I don't know. I wasn't quite sure about this one. I did want something that maybe took up a little less of the guest view, but you got to have something to let them know what they're looking at, right? So, besides maybe putting something on the ground, like having it angled on the ground, maybe that's a thing we could do. But I was trying to get rid of the crossfighting here, and that is a pain sometimes. So if we go down, we can find the animals that we're looking for. So here we need to find the tortoise, and we'll put that in. And I was thinking this was pretty good, but it's just kind of there, it's just standing all by itself. I don't know if that's the best thing for it. But I was looking around and noticed we didn't have any power here. So I went and put it over here where the buildings are that we added. And I go ahead and put another one on the other side because this just wasn't enough coverage for what we needed. You see all those? I think those are windows. I don't think we really need power for those right now, but I don't like to see red, so I went ahead and put that in. And I could not figure out why it kept trying to elevate it, and I'm not exactly sure why that is, but I did finally get that taken care of and got it in here. So now we're going to get the staff path there and have that set up and ready to go for whatever we decide to put over there. So I'm looking at this thinking, again, it needs something. So I wanted to find something to put on the back of it, but we'll go ahead and put the speaker here. And I like to hide these as much as I can. They're just not that attractive. You can change the colors of them and all that. So I did go ahead and try to kind of put a color in that would make more sense, kind of a brownish. But it's not that easy to have the colors match because the mud wall is, textured and it just doesn't look the same. But I did the best I could, and the metal part is a little shiny on it, but that's all right. So I think, I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I put like some kind of a border around the actual screen? Because right now it just looks like it's, I don't know, on just hanging on the front of the wall. Not sure, but I wanted to put something in the back, so I wanted to look and see if I could maybe get a sign. I was thinking maybe using this as a stand. That didn't quite work, so I didn't go with that option. I decided to just click on the all option and see if I could find something that I thought would kind of go well. I found these and thought it would be a nice little, because it's kind of angled, so it almost looks like it's holding it up. So I went ahead to see how these looked, just kind of on the back, and again, kind of angle it so it looks like it's going into the mud wall we have there. And again, with the problem of color matching, because these two are totally different options. So, and totally different textures. So I went through trying to figure out a color. I didn't want too light and I didn't want too dark. So, it took a while, but I kind of figured out a color here. It almost matches, but don't look too closely at it. So that took me forever to just come up with a color. Again, the matching, when you're going off of two totally different styles of things, it's not too easy to do, but I thought we would take that and copy that over to the other side. And I think I do end up putting something on the back of those just so it kind of looks like one piece. And so we do that. I couldn't get it to cooperate with the axis that I wanted it to be on, so you just kind of have to move things around until you get it right. They do have the newer option of the gizmo where you can click on the box and it moves in like two different axes at the same time. Haven't quite figured that out, so just do it that way. So I do move this over to use it as the wolf habitat board as well. And I think it looks pretty good. I mean, I do go ahead and decide to put another piece. I think I just use the wall and rotate it around. But I do want to find maybe just take some actual pictures from the game and put them on the billboard, but then it won't have any of the information on the bottom, so I'm not sure. But go ahead and copy this over. I want to keep as much education going as I can. That's one of the things that we need to do for the objective, so I definitely want to get as much education going as we can. But I go through and just make these all as big as I can without, overlapping them. So I think we do pretty good. And I do move some of them over here because they were a little too close together. I don't know. Is it too much? Or I feel like there's a lot going on right here. But I mean, it'll keep our guests educated. So I think it'll work, right? And this one, I just go ahead and nudge over until it's not red over there on the overlap. So it's kind of far away from the habitat, but it's okay. It's close. So it's all right, right? It's okay. So we go ahead and let's see what we can do here for seating. I just put these regular, I think it's just the regular Planet Zoo benches, and just to have some place for them to sit. And I still can't decide if I like the benches on the path or off the path, but it's all right. As long as they have a place to sit. And then I wanted to get some greenery around here, mainly, because we have that transformer just sitting there. I thought it would be good to get some plants around and not make it look as, out in the open. So we go ahead and put some of these around, and I just use some of the greenery that's already there. So I really wanted to go ahead and come back over here to the wolves area and do my own little shelter for these guys. I don't mind the in-game shelters, but I like to try to make my own if I can. I did want to use some flatter rocks on top, so I tried to find some flatter rocks that we can use. And probably the best thing to do here, instead of trying to get it on top of the rock like this, is to put it on the ground and flatten to surface, and then go from there. But I did get it to work eventually. But yeah, usually, I don't know why I didn't do it this time, but usually it works better just to put it on the ground on flattened surface. So went ahead and just copied these all and rotated them a little bit, because of course in the front I wanted it to kind of be straight. But again, with this game, it's kind of difficult. You have to kind of go around every side to make sure it looks okay. So I just went ahead and did that and made it as good as I could. I think it looks pretty cool. And so I don't want it to be like a huge area, because I don't think they need a huge area. And I thought I would keep it like this, but I kind of wanted it to go in, just a narrow entrance. So they do have a place that they feel like they're really away from the guests. So I went ahead and copied these rocks and tried to kind of move them around so they looked, somewhat like they're just kind of going inward on each other and not too crazy. But I could have probably gone with some smaller rocks. You can bury them into the ground or whatever you want to do to make them look as different as you can. I think it looks pretty good. So I didn't even check, I don't think, if they can make it in there, honestly. I need to check that. But I decided to put some growth on the top just to have some greenery and some little pops of color. Obviously, I don't think it really makes sense for these to be on top of rocks, but I think it looks good. I like it. And I don't know about these leaves. Again, I was just trying to get some color instead of just the grayish rocks. So I think it looks nice. And then I put I was kind of thinking this could be just mossy type stuff along the rocks. Don't know if it comes across that way, but I think it just adds a little bit to it. And again, I went ahead and deleted that one because I don't think we need to keep that, right? And I did go ahead and delete most of this bedding here just because they were just laying out here on the ground instead of in that shelter. So I think that may help. I don't know. Like I said, I do need to go through and make sure they can actually get to that shelter, right? So we will do that. But let's see. I want to go ahead and add a bit more like trees and shrubs and even rocks around here. I think that'll be nice. I do a lot of this burying the trees down so it looks more like a shrub. I think it comes in handy. Again, you can just hit shift and go, move your mouse down to get it underground. And I thought about doing like a fallen tree, but that just didn't look right to me. And the dead looking trees. So I didn't do any of those. That just didn't feel right. But I did want to do some more stuff along the ground just to make it look a little bit more interesting. And let me know what you guys think about this. I don't know if it necessarily makes sense coming from the rocky terrain, but I saw these guys and I just couldn't resist. Look at the little guy over there. Oh my goodness. It's so cute. Okay, so as I was saying, I wanted to get some rocks in here, and I thought about, because I've seen a lot of people doing these where they just take some random rock or pillar or whatever and bury it very, very far into the ground just so the little tips of them show. And so I wanted to do that, and I went ahead and, did a group here, and I think it turned out pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. And I think maybe they're too close together and maybe I did too many at a time, but I think it looks pretty good, and it is a way of just adding some ground coverage that won't be too hard to recreate, I guess I could say. But I did go ahead and bury them further into the ground. It's a little hard to tell at first because the whole thing is kind of visible, the whole rock or whatever that is. So I just placed these around in different spots just to have a little bit of variation here. Okay, guys, so I did a couple of things. We even got a little wolf here. Oh my goodness, look at it. It's so cute. Are you gonna do an interaction? No? He's gonna sniff. Oh, look at it. It's so cute. Look at it. Oh, too cute. All right. So I got sidetracked by that because, cuteness and everything. So I don't know how much of this I showed on the speed build, but I went ahead and sunk some more grasses in, and also I took these, what are they, tundra rock cladding and sunk them into the ground so they looked more like rocks. I'm not sure if I like it or not, honestly. But, you know, that's what I got. And then I took these lady ferns and made those into small groups and sunk those down into the ground as well. I like it. It adds a little bit more to the ground than just, the grass that was there. So I'll take it. So let's get out of here. And I went ahead and made these little sign boards here. I don't really like the in-game sign boards. I just usually use them because honestly, it's easier. And I don't have to I don't have to come up with a design. If you look at it from the back, it's probably not great. In fact, I may go ahead and do this. If I get into here, and I'll just Control X on that and hit X again. And I want to flip that the other, well, I guess I don't need to flip it the other way, do I? Let's do that again. We'll select that, Control X, and I'll move it this way, and then hit X. And you got to move to make sure you're on the right, axis here. And then X again. I was thinking if I just move it out like this, maybe a little bit more incline, so I can kind of cover up the back here as well. I couldn't really get these extra pieces to be the same color as the wall pieces, but I think it looks okay. So I do that. Oh, and I have random rotation on, so I'm going to go over here and uncheck random rotation. I kind of wish there was a button you could click to do that. It would just be easier. Oops, I don't want to do that. I want to click on that to do Control X and just move that over as well. Maybe. There we go. Let's see. Go down. Oh, this is what we need. I think these would go better. I could put side pieces on here. I don't know. I'm not sure about this, guys. That's kind of cool looking, though. Just to have something that encloses, like, all of this, I think would be kind of cool. But again, this doesn't really go. It doesn't really match. I think I'm going to stick with this for now. I may play with it later, but that's what we got for now. We need to get a place for the lemurs next time, but I just wanted to get these two habitats kind of set up, and I got donation boxes, which we probably could get some more donation boxes, but I want to do something with this area here. It's a little, well, it's not a little, it's really bare. So I definitely want to do some plants and stuff around here. I was thinking of just taking from these habitats and making just a little something over here. Do I have random rotation back on? Yeah. I don't want to rotate all. So just to take some of these that are around here, well, around these habitats anyways, just make it a little bit more exciting around here. Like that. And we could probably put some trees. Oh no! I have a chicken about to die of old age. That's not good. I mean, it's good that they're dying of old age, not like some other problem. I like that. But there we go. So we could put some more stuff around here for decoration and stuff like that. But let me know what you guys think about these rocks. I was thinking these were, you could change the color of them, but you can't. So I don't know if I necessarily like that darker color, but I did, sink them pretty far into the ground. So can't really tell too much, but there we go. So I think that's where we're going to end for this one. Let me know what you think. And again, any, ideas, suggestions, anything like that that you have for just a better layout or anything like that, let me know down in the comments. And if you did enjoy, I would definitely appreciate a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell to get notified of videos as they come out. If you have any questions, comments, tips, anything like that, leave those down below in the comment section. Love seeing those, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Until next time, I hope you have a super blessed night or day wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye, guys.